in Laodicea or Laodicea. Actually, this is the place where we see both the important cities like Colossae this side, just near to those hills is the Colosseum, and this side where that white sedimentation is there, that is Hierapolis. So Hierapolis and Colossae there near, and center is this Laodicea. And the history of Laodicea goes back to BC, where the Syrian kingdom has established this city, Laodicea. And because of that reason, probably we will see Syrian street also. And this city, Laodicea, was very wealthy. The wealth came from three sources, that is banking, commerce, and also it is a trade. It is a trade center. And here Laodicea was very rich in a sense that it has the eye salve, Phrygian eye ointment, and they used to sell that one. Very glossy black wool was very expensive. They used to also do the trading, and marbles also, blue marble, they used to export from here to Syria probably. So because of those reasons, banking, commerce and trade, and even the trading route is also there. It seems this side is a little bit, if we go, the agora is there and where they do the trading. So in this manner we see that Laodicea was actually very rich. And one more important thing about Laodicea is that it suffered a very major earthquake in AD 60. And at the time, though everything collapsed, but they were so arrogant and they thought they are self-sufficient. They refused the help from Roman Empire, and they rebuilt it on their own. So that's why we see that the message to the Laodicea, the Lord was telling that you think that you are rich, but actually you are not. And another very important thing is there is no water resources here in this place of Laodicea. The water from Hierapolis, they bring it through pipes. Later on we will see those pipes. And by the time the water there is very hot water, thermal pools are there, and the water will come here, all the way here. Probably they might have used to maintain the pressure, the water ducts they might have used, and they brought here. By the time the water comes here, it becomes lukewarm. And the waters in Colossae, that side, is very cold. And if they want to bring from there, again by the time they come here, it becomes lukewarm. That's why the Lord said, it's very interesting to see that this place is, in a way, is central to the message that Lord Jesus Christ said to the Laodiceans. You are neither warm nor cold, you are lukewarm. It is all because of the water there is here. We cannot drink that because of the lukewarm, and you feel like spewing it, that water. That's why the Lord said to them that you are neither cold nor hot. Syrian street, it leads to Agora down there, and actually much trade is to happen here, the trade of the wool, marble, and also other things that are available here like eye salve, ointment, drops, and those are actually very famous here. The Phrygian eye salve was very famous here. Now this is the street, but under the street actually there is a sewage system, drainage here, probably a little bit difficult to see, but here down below there is a kind of passage where the sewage is taken through. It is a street, but under the street they have built such kind of system, built most probably in the 2nd century AD. But in this building probably we can find a little bit about the church at that point of the time of John. And these are the pipes actually they use to bring the water from Hierapolis, and by the time it comes here it becomes lukewarm. Actually that is the condition of the church also, as the Lord has seen it. And there was actually a kind of compromise. They were too easy to go with wealth, and that is because of the commerce and the trade, and then pagan idolatry and worship is there. We do not know. There is one temple here in Laodicea, and whose temple is that one, we do not know. But unlike other places, other churches, there is no imperial cult here, but there was that kind of culture where people are very much interested in becoming wealthy and indulging themselves in the commerce and trade and pagan worship. They are too compromised with all those things. That's why the Lord is telling they are neither cold nor hot. And on the other hand, they have actually the form of faith, and they wanted to follow the Lord. And that's what we can see here. But it appears later on, when the church was built somewhere in 2nd or 3rd AD, there was a council of Laodicea, and here they have decided, most probably after reading the epistles that Apostle John had written, the epistle and other scriptures to be read on every Sabbath. They wanted to have the message that God gave to Laodicea to be reminded of the people on every Sabbath day. And there are so many other things they have decided, but also they have decided they should read these books that are there in the Old Testament as well as in the New Testament. In a way, they might have got the message that the Lord has given to them through John, that they should buy the gold and even the raiment, white clothes, white wool, and also the better eye salve, because the Lord said to them, you are miserable and you are wretched and you are poor, blind and naked. So these are the very stern rebuke the Lord has said without commending them. So here we see that this letter to the church at Laodicea, probably they might have taken it very seriously. And afterwards, when we see inside the temple, there was some kind of, actually we see some proof where they were thinking about what kind of heart they should be having. Later on, we can see that in their pictures also, and on the marbles on the floor that they have made, we see that they wanted to have a true heart of circumcision, or the Lord will circumcise their hearts so that they may love the Lord with the all heart. And there is a 3-heart. Very interestingly, here in this church, on the floor, the marble floor, there were actually 3 hearts depicted. And 3 hearts message seems to be very popular, very strong here. Maybe that message is based upon Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 6. They have depicted 3 hearts. The 3 hearts that we find in Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 6 may be related to the message to the church at Laodicea that we find, where the Lord was telling that they should buy 3 things from the Lord. Number 1, buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich. Secondly, white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed. And the third thing, anoint thine eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see. In this church, we have come to know that this is the place where they were doing baptisms. And it is a cross-shaped, and they say it is cruciform kind of place where they give baptism. Actually, baptism has a significance of identification of a believer in the death, burial and resurrection of Lord Jesus Christ. And probably the believers at Laodicea, they wanted to go into the waters. Probably they thought that it is the way that Lord Jesus Christ also went in from the west side, and then after the baptism they come out of the waters through the east side, and the priest stands one side, both sides, giving them baptism. A true form of dying to self and coming up again to live a new life. That is what here we see. If this is also true, then we see that the believers later on, they took the message of Lord Jesus Christ very seriously. This is the agora here in Laodicea or Laodicea. It is different from the other agoras we have seen in other places like Pergamum and Sardis, as well as in Smyrna, other places, that in those places they had a storage place down below, but here they do not have that kind of storage. Most probably this agora is from the Syrian type and people from that kingdom, so that's why they have built in a different way. But then much trade has taken place in this kind of agoras, where they did the banking, commerce, as well as trading of the wool and eye salve, that Phrygian eye salve, and also marbles here. They might have done it here to become very wealthy. And the people here, they were very self-sufficient. We did not want anything. When earthquake came, and they did not take the help of the Romans, and probably that speaks about that their mindsets, that we have enough and we don't need anything. I do not have any need of it. And yeah, this stadium we found, or actually theater we found in Laodicea, it seems agora, temple, and some kind of theater like this are very essential in every city. They were making it, and it seems that this seating arrangement is made so that rich people will sit, and then very important people sit down below there in this way. The entertainment in those days seems to be part of their life, how wealthy they are and how much they were actually the people. Most probably those early Christians might have not come here, but the people of Laodicea in general, they were indulging in this kind of activities in those days.